I'm Dr. Judy Hinwood, chiropractor, and I'm from the Stress Management Institute and Stress to Strength. And I thought I'd share with you how really different my husband John and I are from one another. I mean, you could not find two people more different than John and I are. And next year we'll be married 50 years. So, people ask us, how do we do it? And I say, because I'm one of the world's most patient people, and this is true, of course, but what we've learnt over the years is to celebrate our differences. Not that I'm right, he's wrong. There's never a right wrong. There's just we're different. Now, some tools and strategies that may help you if you're in a relationship, or whether it's a work relationship or a family relationship or personal relationship, whatever, these tools may help you. First one is a book by Gary Chapman, The 5 Love Languages. Totally recommend that. John, there are 5 categories, 5 love languages, and it's how each of us has our own ways that we like to be loved. And John's and mine are very different. I like people to give me time. That's my highest priority. I have married a very busy man, a man who is absolutely committed to getting things done, who has very little time. We've had to work on that one a lot, and we still work on it. John is an acts of service man. Now, this is someone who gives and gives and gives, does for people endlessly, but subconsciously, I think, they expect the same in return. Now, those of us around someone who is an acts of service person, we are subconsciously expected by them to constantly be doing and doing and doing. That way they know that we care. Now, my energy doesn't support that. I've had some bouts of ill health from trying to do the right thing, as it were, in our relationship. So what I really recommend is, this book has made such a difference in so many lives, and there is a test online. You can go and do it. The 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman. This will has made an enormous difference to us, and it may well help you. I really recommend it, you or your family, or your friends. Another tool, the Myers-Briggs Typology Index. Now, this is from a long, long time ago. It was created so in the war, women who were working could be, it was created by 2 women, Myers and Briggs, and they wanted to know, they wanted women to be happy in their work. So they devised this test. It is fantastic. It comes up with 16 typologies, and we fit into one of those. Now, wouldn't you know, John is exactly opposite to me in all the categories that are possible, the 5 categories that are possible. But what was helpful was, these are on lines. For example, on one line there's thinker on this end, John, over at this extreme, and I'm at the right, feeler, extreme. Now, we got to know ourselves really well doing Myers-Briggs. When John is stuck in his thinking, and his judging means that he's right, on another line below, I'm into feelings. It's very, very tricky at times. What we've come up with is walk a mile in his moccasins, her moccasins. So I have to go from feeler and all my attributes across to, as far as I can across the lines, to be John with his attributes. And he has to come across as far as he can to feel as I feel, to understand me as best he can, and to say, have I heard you right? Do I understand this? Very, very helpful. Myers-Briggs Typology Index. Really recommend that for your work situation or your personal life. Very, very helpful. It's got us out of a lot of sticky situations. And there's a third one, let me check that. The behavioural barometer. Now, you might have trouble finding this. This is fairly old technology, the behavioural barometer, where we can move from one emotion to another one. Something that's not working for us to another one. I used to be, when we adopted some children, and I was at home with the children and John was off doing our chiropractic wonderful things that we'd done together, and I used to resent him. He'd come home and I'd say, the children this and the that and the this and that, and take away his joy. Instead, I learnt through the behaviour barometer to move across and be interested in his life, in what had happened. I found it made the world of difference to my energy, how I was, my disposition, if you will, which made an enormous difference to John's happiness. Then he could share his weekend and wonderful experiences with me without my being so negative about it all. So hopefully those things will be helpful to you, so you can walk a mile in the moccasins of people around you and create a much happier, much easier life. Thank you.